Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Village Law SEQFC preview show. My name is Darren. There's 2 weeks to go, this week and next week, and then no more shows. No more hassling of clubs to try and get people to come on and participate. Oh, my golly gosh. I'm looking forward to it. All right, we've got some guests here tonight. The big one, all the way from England, is Graham Harvey. G'day, Graham. How are you, mate?
Yeah, hey Darren, I'm well, thanks.
It's 11:30 in the morning in the UK. And what else would you rather be doing than talking to Australia?
Oh, that's good. Got me out and about doing stuff.
The coach's life, eh? You must. What's a normal wake-up time for a coach?
Oh, back in Australia, I think most coaches have got to do another job, haven't they? So you'd be getting up at 6, 7 o'clock, depending on what.
Fair enough. What about you, Trent? Oh, yeah, Trent's a plasterer. So he's always up at Sparrows.
My alarm goes off at 4 o'clock every morning.
4 o'clock. Crikey. No wonder you hesitate every time I ask you to be on the show. That's Trent Gregson, of course. He's to talk about the NPLW Grand Final. We've got Rob Askew from Lions joining us very shortly. But first, we've got Tony and Lliam with us. G'day, gents.
Good evening. How are you?
We go again.
Good. And Lliam, we've got the new nickname for you tonight, the Ipswich Express. It's a beauty.
I like it. Why not?
Yeah, for sure. All right,
Express.
guys. Before we get on to this weekend's fixtures, let's just do a quick recap of the weekend. Did you watch any grand finals? Did anything catch your eye?
No, unfortunately, I was working 2 night shifts Saturday and Sunday night, so I saw the results, but I certainly didn't see any of the games.
Great contribution, thank you, Lliam.
Yes,
what about
no
you?
worries.
I watched the live stream of the Albany Creek game against Bayside.
Yep.
I watched it at the Mother Hospital because my daughter had a baby.
Oh,
yeah.
Congratulations.
There you go. So there's a baby screaming in the background. She just got home today, so there you go. Great game of football, but
You look as proud as punch. Yeah, I was there, Tony. It was a fantastic game. Saw the Brisbane Women's Premier League final and the men's. The women's was a great game as well. We expected Broadbeach to dominate, and they were strong for most of the game, but Karina, boy, they put up a good effort and almost had a chance to snatch a draw at the end. Now, in the men's game, we were expecting Ace to romp this home, but I thought the Bayside were fantastic. I thought they fought so hard, had some great opportunities of their own and could have won it in regular time. Ace were just there, the juggernaut that they were, and just kept on knocking at the door, but just couldn't quite get over the line. There was penalty decisions that could have gone either way. A little bit of push and shove. It was a fantastic, great final. And how about that penalty shootout?
Yes.
I was driving back from the hospital. I think I got hit by a ball.
A few shots that were wild, weren't
We
they?
got into the Never Foundation building.
I love a shootout where keepers make saves, players miss shots, where it's not, it's not just goal. It was great drama. Both keepers were giving it large during the shootout as well. So it was a great spectacle.
Just while we're talking about it, just want to quick shout out to Chris Ridley from Broadbeach and the job he's done there to rebuild that team this year. Like, I played them last year when I was coach of Coomera, and I think we won 10-0 against them. And obviously to look what they are now and how much work he's put in, he loves that club. And just, someone who's doing such a good job of women's football, I think he deserves a bit of a shout out.
Yes,
Cool.
every time I saw him to try and talk to him, he'd be off doing something or, moving something into some area because he had to do it. Works very hard, that man. Well done, you, Chris.
I think Trevor Rodman's done a great job too at Bayside. Have a look at his success over the years. North Pine, Bayside, he's been around and he's got some great results.
Yeah, he's a good coach, isn't he? And I've in previous weeks, you'll see that I've been thinking that Surfers Paradise Apollo are shoo-ins to get that final promotion
No,
spot.
they're not.
But after seeing Bayside on the weekend, they're going to give them a game, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, of course, Nambour Yandina might have their say as well, so we won't discount them. All right. Now, well done, North Brisbane. Well done, Tarragindi. Well done, Logan Metro. All right. Now, let's get to this weekend's fixtures in the NPL. The league's done. It's all done. Peninsula Power won it. Brisbane Roar second, locked in. Lions third, locked in. Sunny Coast Wanderers and Olympic has still got that fourth place to fight for. I understand that Olympic were playing Crusaders tonight, but a bit of rain caused the game to be called off. Is that right, Lliam?
Yeah, I just saw that there was just thunder around, lightning, so they've just they've stopped the game. I don't know whether they've postponed it or they've stopped it or called it. I don't know. I just saw it stopped.
Well, if the result stands, that means Olympic will run your up.
Yeah.
And I think
that's
they
right.
need 4 points out of 6.
My understanding is a match has to go for, is it 72 minutes or 76 minutes for the game to be completed? Graham, you'd know that, wouldn't you?
I think it's 72, isn't it? It's over 70.
72?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are they going to do? Make
Results.
McKay come back?
So if they call it off at half time, then no result.
The second half started. It was 55th minute when Olympic scored.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's assume that Olympic go on and win that game. That puts them on 52 points heading into the weekend, 2 points ahead of the Sunny Coast Wanderers. Sunny Coast Wanderers are playing Peninsula Power. Now, ordinarily, you'd think Power will win the game. However, Power, of course, had a loss.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
So,
I think
it's no lay down was there.
I think Power
will rest their team.
Yeah. I think Penn Power kind of got their mojo back a bit to get where they had to get. But I think they lost a lot. Didn't they lose on the weekend? I see.
Lost the Gold Coast United.
Yeah. So, look,
3-2.
Sunny Coast are going to be fighting for that fourth spot. Penn Power kind of chilled a bit, even though they'll be going for the win. Of course, you would all teams go for the win. But Sunny Coast might have something special up their sleeve. You just don't know.
I'm not a betting man, but I'll back the Wanderers this week.
I'm backing them as well, to be honest.
Because I think Power will rest players this week.
Yep.
Even if Sunny Coast Wanderers do get the win on the weekend, that'll put them on 53 points.
Olympic has to get a point.
Let's assume, for argument's sake, that tonight's game got called off and the points were split. That would put Olympic on 50 points. And the Olympics goal difference is far superior to Sunny Coast Wanderers. Olympic playing the Strikers on the weekend in that final match. So it's all, there's every chance that Olympic are going to get that fourth spot, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I don't know.
Because if the game gets completed tonight and Olympic get the win, then they're 52 points, 2 points ahead of the Wanderers. All they've got to do is beat the Strikers in their home.
They're going to draw against the Strikers at home.
Even a draw, that's right. So general consensus here, guys, it's Olympic in fourth place. Arnie at the wheel. This has come so close. What a great job he's done.
Yeah.
Graham, I'll throw to you there.
Yeah, I'd say probably Olympic would be favourites to get top 4. Strikers have kind of struggled to keep clean sheets this year, haven't they? So you'd expect Olympic to be able to beat them and pick up the points they need. I don't know what happens with the Mackay game. It's Football Queensland. They'll make the rules up to work out what they need to, won't they? So
yeah. But there is one more game on the weekend that we should talk about, and that's why we've got you on the show, Graham. You're taking on Capalaba this weekend in a winner-take-all clash.
Yeah. It's going to be juicy, Graham.
Yeah, just another game, isn't it? Just another game. Yeah, the boys have done well to get themselves into that position, so it's good fun to be there and see what happens Sunday night.
Now it's been a great few weeks for your side, Graham. They've had wins against teams far higher up in the ladder. You're now in a position where, now, if I got this right, a 2-0 win puts you level on points and level on goal difference. Is that right? So a three goal margin gets you over the line.
Well, again, I don't know the rules of Football Queensland, which is normal, but
Nobody does.
I thought our goal difference was better than Capalaba's.
No, you're right. You're right. Yes, they're on -38. You're on -34. So a win, just a win. All you got to do is win.
Nice and easy, huh?
Yeah,
There
just
you
like
go.
that, Graham.
Yeah, just like that. Like the boy, like I said to you, the boys have done a magnificent job in the 6 games that myself and John have been coaching them. I think we were 14 points adrift when we came in, so they've done really well. But yeah, it's still a massive away from home with what's at stake. It's a huge game, so it's a massive ask for us. So yeah, pressure's on Capalaba.
All right. We did invite Capalaba to be on the show tonight through multiple channels, and they just not here. Sorry. We would love to get their opinion on the show. Maybe next year, guys. Anyway. All right. So, Tony, I'm going to throw this to you. Can Redlands get themselves over the line? Here's the caveat, though. Graham's in England at the moment. He's not going to be back in time. He's not going to be on the sideline.
He'll rev them up for Sunday breakfast.
The assistant John to get him over the line.
Winning is a habit. Losing is also a habit. Redlands are on a roll. Capalaba, the wheels have fallen off. So
yes, yeah. I was going to say the exact thing, Tony, and that's not saying that just because Graham's here, of course. But no, they've certainly had a bit of a fire in the belly in the back end of this season, and Capalaba they just capitulated, So look, I'm back in Redlands.
I will remind you guys of was it 2 seasons ago? Maybe it's last season. I'm not sure now. But Capalaba last day against Logan Lightning had to get the results. I think they were down and then came through at the end to get over the line. And fantastic result for them. So
I don't think they lost 11 or 12 in a row prior to that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
But let's face it, Capalaba are no strangers to final day heroics.
No, that's right. I mean, I'm even though I back Redlands to win, it's still going to be a cracking match, and I wouldn't want to miss it. It's going to be great to watch.
What time's the kick on?
Oh, you're asking me now.
5, according to the website.
So same
5
time
o'clock.
as Strikers Olympic game.
At Max Haynes Field.
Olympic games 5 o'clock on the Sunday, 24th. Same day, same time.
Same day, yeah, same time, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Fantastic. All right, let's have a quick chat about the NPLW now. We've got Rob Askew with us now, do we?
Don't see him.
I'm hearing.
I'm pretty sure I gave him entry before. Are you there, Rob? No, maybe he's not. That's a shame. All right, Trent, let's talk about the grand final.
Oh, mate, it's going to be a cracker. Like, you just look at, I know, people talk about that front 4 of Lions and how devastating they are, but the back 3, guided by Billy Murphy, who just was in the team of the season. Georgina behind him, Chapman, Latham in front of them. It's going to be an absolute battle, and I think whatever the result is, you've got to say Archie in his first season at that club's done really, really well.
All right, bear with me a moment here, guys. Robert is here. I've just got to let him in. Here we go.
They've been those 2 teams have been the top 2 teams to watch the whole season, haven't they, Trent? They've certainly both shown their class throughout the whole season. Yeah,
definitely, 100%. And obviously everyone knows what Lions have done, and they're going for the treble this season, which would be pretty historic to see. And I know Capalaba fell short in that semi-final last year, and they've made it to the big dance this year. And they beat Gold Coast, and Gold Coast were on a run, and they beat Gold Coast in the semi-final to get there. So it's going to be awesome. Larissa Crummer's in form and stuff like that too, and it's going to be a great game. I'm looking forward to go and watch it.
Well, certainly the 2 best teams of the season certainly got to the end, so it's as expected.
It's star-studded. It's worthy of a A League women's fixture, wouldn't you say?
Oh, it definitely is.
All right, now, Rob Askew, are you with us now?
Yeah, I am.
Hey, here he
Rob.
is. Good stuff. Welcome aboard, Rob.
Thanks for having me.
We were just discussing your game, and this is the first chance that a women's team could win a treble.
In the MPL, but in the old days, there were trebles.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, back in BWPL, we had grand final premiership in the Elaine Watson Cup.
Yes, of course. There we go. All right. So, but a chance to make history nonetheless in the MPL competition.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I was delighted to hear that there was going to be a cup competition this year because it just makes the season a whole lot more interesting. And yeah, hoping that we can do a treble this weekend.
Now, I remember talking to you in pre-season, and you said that you're a player or two short of having your squad ready. I laughed at you, and
Yeah,
because your squad was ready. You were more than ready, and you've proven it. You haven't dropped a game this season, have you? So, yeah, I think your squad was good enough, Rob.
yeah, it has been good enough. And the really nice thing about it is that, you know, we've had trouble at centre back all season in the sense that we lost Winnie Heatley early on when she moved to Sydney. Abby Everts did her ACL, and then we've had injuries to Danny, and then obviously Holly's done her ACL. So, you know, that's probably been where the one or two players it has been an issue. But you know, Georgia Rink has stepped in there in the last few weeks, and this is blowing us all away. You know, we look at Georgia's qualities, and we've always thought, yeah, she's somebody who could play that two role for us the way we like it played. And we wondered throughout the season, should we try her at centre back, considering that we've been putting people in there, and it's kind of been makeshift a lot of the time. And we were forced to the other week, and she's just really stepped up and taken that position, taken that bull by two horns, so to speak.
What's impressed you most about your side this season?
Just their consistency and their, you know, we early in the season we met and we set out some trademarks that were going to be the trademarks of who we are as a team, and the players pretty much developed that themselves, so they own it in a big way. And one of them is to be ruthless, and I think that's probably one of they've really lived that trademark just about every week. There's probably only 2 games where we weren't like that, and the other 2 games where we dropped points. But you know, I don't know how many games it is, 24, 25, and they've just week in, week out, they've just gone out and I think ruthless is the word to describe the way they have played. They've just put people to the sword and kept doing it.
Now, I've just mentioned before that this match could be worthy of an A-League women's fixture. Who are the players that you're most concerned about on the Capalaba side of things?
You know, obviously we respect every opponent, and they do have some very good players. And we played Capalaba 3 times now. Obviously, Larissa Crummer didn't play in the first game, but in both games, Larissa's gone off at, I think, around about the 15-minute mark with injury. So if she plays, you know, she's clearly a player with great pedigree, a real threat. So that's probably one we would watch. I think if Anna McGrath plays in midfield, depends on where she plays, I guess. You know, Amy Chapman has popped up a couple of times a few weeks ago and nearly scored on a couple of occasions. So, you know, there's a lot of experience and quality in there. So, you know, Whitney Knight is another one. And I think, you know, Whitney can run hot and cold, but when she's hot, she's a you know, a first-class player that's a real threat.
And Amber Sims was a great late season pickup for them as well, wasn't she?
Absolutely, yeah. She played again. She went off injured, I think, about up to 25 minutes in the last game. But I have watched a few of their games on MPL TV, and every time I think, yeah, where's she been? And I actually don't know a lot about her, where she's come from, what her background is, and but she's a very good player.
And then obviously signed for Capalaba there. So, taking a step up to the MPLW from the BWPL.
Is she from Queensland?
She's English.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Trent, I'm going to throw it to you now with Rob sitting here watching. Who's going to win?
Oh, mate, I've got a soft spot for Archie because we're on the Gold Coast together, but I don't think anyone's beaten Lions. I talked about before about Capalaba's defence and stuff like that, but that front four is so electric. And the fact that, I think last week Shea come off the bench and to have that kind of depth and quality off the bench it's let's be honest, it's fucking scary. So no, and that's just being honest. And I've coached against and I've had that Shea come on at second half and defenders go, are you serious? No, they play amazing football and I think there's one winner. So
all right. I'm just getting a message from Capalaba now. So we could have a late inclusion.
There you go.
Very exciting. Very exciting.
Hey Rob, who are you looking at in your squad to lead the game, to lead the final? Who's your go-to players to try and get something, try and get the best result out of them?
So, what people that are going to be the ones that are going to take control out there?
Yeah. Like if things are kind of getting a bit messy there, who are you going to rely on to pull them back into place to get the show back on the road again?
I think we are a squad of great. They're all good players, very good players. But they're definitely, our strength is that I think that we are greater than the sum of our parts. I think that that we do have a very specific way of playing, and our focus is always to try and be good at that rather than react to opposition. So I would hope that if things get rough, that we are true to our philosophy, true to our playing style, and that we don't get pulled away from what's got us to where we are and what has been particularly successful throughout the year. If there is a person, I think, you would look at Mariel Hecker, who is a great leader. She's sitting there playing as a 10 this year. So she's in the middle of the park. She drives everybody along. She runs 14 to 15 kilometers a game. She's just an amazing athlete and she's a great leader by example, super competitive. And I think, if going gets tough, Mariel will be the person that is going to sort of take the game by the scruff of its neck and say that I'm going to make the difference. I believe if there's that person, but having said that, I think there are a number of other players who are difference makers.
Good question. All right, so just checking to see if Capalaba are going to join us. Oh, you know that they're going to try and sign in as soon as we sign off, hey?
Oh, well.
I just got a message from someone at Olympic that the game there has been called off after 59 minutes.
59 minutes, no results.
They're hoping that Football Queensland, this is what the message says, will give them the points.
That's a big game. Well, it's an important game. It's Mackay, isn't it? They're playing.
Yeah.
Because for the game to be replayed, Mackay will have to come back again. And I think
they'll give them 1 point each. That's a fair result, I think.
True. Yeah.
All right. We have someone entering the chat. Hello. Do we have?
No sound, Archie. No sound, mate.
Is it Archie? It is Archie.
Unmute. Yeah, my bad. There you go.
There we go.
Archie. Welcome aboard, mate. Thank you for taking the time to join us.
Yeah, sorry guys, a bit busy this week, obviously with finals and everything else. So I'm actually in the doghouse because it's the missus' only night off from football. So I'll be hearing a lot about it later.
We do apologise and we do appreciate your time. We've got Rob Askew with us. We've just had a chat to him about the game this weekend. How are you going to approach it, mate? You know how Lions are going to play. Is it a case of Capalaba doing what they do best, or is it a matter of counteracting Lions, or a little bit of both?
Geez, way to put me on the spot here, mate. You need to send me the messages prior, the questions prior. But look, I think it's going to be a great game. Either way, I think for us, Archford finally going to be able to put all our players on the pitch, because I think the last few times we played Lions, we've had 3 or 4 missing to injury or something. So it'll be hopefully finally we get people on the pitch and we're able to play the way we want to play, and make it a real contest, and see what happens when the Fat Lady sings.
All right. So just on the injury front, how is your squad at the moment? I mean, Rob has mentioned that the last time you played, you had players going off after 25 minutes. So is everyone healthy? You're going to have a full deck to choose from?
Not necessarily. We still got a few people to pass the fitness test. We've got 3 or 4 players to pass the fitness test before we get there. But being the last game, hopefully they can play, but also being mindful they have W League contracts to go back to, that we can't ruin them for that. So it's a bit touch and go at the moment. But look, we need to put a team forward that's ready to perform, and being grand final, anything that can happen. So hopefully it goes in our favour.
Question to both of you there. The fact that you've got so many players that are moving on to the A-League Women's, are there, do the clubs get in contact with you and say, hey, we need your player to do this, don't do this? Are they trying to dictate how you coach your teams?
Not so far. No, there was a little moment there where I think Melbourne City were hoping that Misha would move down before the finals, but that's didn't happen. Shouldn't happen. And I think Rob sorted that out with Melbourne City, and the right outcome was there. But we haven't. I don't think we've had any direct communication with W League clubs. I know the players need to achieve a certain number of meters in training a week. But I think they've been doing that anyway, achieving that through our sessions. Or maybe doing some extra running here and there.
Right. What about you, Archie?
I think we're in the same boat with Rob. No direct communication from the clubs. I think the players are speaking to their respective coaches and getting what needs to be done, like extra running. But like Rob said, they do need to reach certain meters, hard running. And I think they do that offsite if they don't achieve it during training or game.
Right. Archie, I'll just get your take on the season, mate. You've come over from Ipswich City. You've got a team packed full of stars. You must have had a lot of fun this year, right?
Oh, I think there's probably a little bit of misconception there. Like with our squad, on paper, it may look like we've got all these amazing stars, but I think with a lot of them not having played for a while, a lot of them actually we lost them early on in the season. So we've actually had a lot of under 23 stepping up and playing some good footy. So it's been great. It's a good learning experience. I think playing against the likes of Rob Askew and other NPL coaches that have been in the league for a while has been fun. And it's good to be up there at the end of the season as well. I suppose in my first NPL season. So yeah, it's been good. It's been good. There's been a lot of challenges obviously with injuries, but it's been good. I've enjoyed it.
All right. Actually, Rob, I'll throw a question to you. What's Archie's Capalaba side? How does that compare to Hanno's team from last year?
Hanno's team from 2019, you mean? Because we played Logan last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Archie's team is better at the. I think comparatively the midfielders, I think he's probably better in midfield as well. I think it was Riley Baisden is probably, and that forward line that Hanno had, I think he had Meg McGilligan, he had Riley Baisden, he had Alira Toby, and I think, and he had Nat Tatum in that team. So it was, that was a pretty good side. I'd say similar quality, yeah.
Yeah. For sure. And the game is being played at Perry Park. Fantastic, right?
I love it.
Oh, I've never played there. It's a lot of firsts for us, I suppose. First time the grand final, and first time playing at Perry Park. So yeah, I think for us, it's just really enjoying it, but also it's just executing our game plan. It should be good.
Yeah, and it was great being there on the weekend for the grand finals. You just know that every time I go there, you just know that it's the home of football. The place hasn't been, well, the stands where we are, the Bill Waddell stand has been renovated in a long time. The seats are, some of the seats are new, but the architecture of it.
I totally agree. I'm old, so I mean I was a kid. It was you dreamed to play at Perry Park because it was where all the big games were played. We played there last year in the grand final, and it was a great day for our club. I think one of my favourite days in football, actually. So, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, should be great. All right. That might be the show, guys. I might just throw it open to everyone else.
FQPLW, Olympic promoted to the NPL.
Yes.
Women. It came down to the last round. The winner between City and Olympic was going to determine who went up. Pride, I think they had to get 7 or 8 goals or something, and it had to be a draw for them to be promoted, which was going to be a very, very long shot. But as expected last week, Olympic were too good for City, and so they're up into the NPLW for next year.
Is it the same system next year as well? So you finish 10th, get relegated, go back up and win that comp, and get back up again?
As far as I know, it's first, and these are set divisions now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Olympic finished 11th or whatever they finished, they still get promoted after they're halfway through the season. So.
What is there excitement around the club about them being promoted, Tony?
Spoke to Ben this morning. I don't think so. They got promoted. They had a job to do. They wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Obviously, they would have liked to have stayed in there rather than get dropped down and go back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You spoke to Ben Kahn this morning.
Yes, I did. I had a coffee with Ben Kahn this morning. Yes.
Had coffee with Ben Kahn.
That's correct.
Oh, look at you go, Tony.
I tell you what, I wore a bulletproof vest as well. Because I did travel to Yeronga to go and have a coffee as well.
What sort of did Ben just have a coffee, or did he have a little muffin? What's his go?
No, I just had a British, whatever they call them, those British teas or whatever, breakfast teas or whatever they call them. I had a short black. So he's showing his English side, and I'm a typical Greek double shot espressos, and that was it. Well, actually, it was good to sit down and have a chat to him. I've never spoken to the guy, and obviously they weren't happy with what I said a few weeks ago. And anyway, go from there.
He's a great bloke, isn't he?
Huh?
He's a great bloke, isn't he?
I asked him to give me some of their pace because I've obviously got them motivated.
Yeah. And Archie, you may not know, but we've got Graham Harvey, the Redlands coach here. Capalaba and the men are playing Redlands to stay in the NPL next year. Got any contact with the men's team? Are they guaranteed to stay in the NPL next year?
I suppose nothing is guaranteed. We're definitely rooting for them, but I know it's probably the biggest game of the round. I think there's like 1,500 people coming to watch the game. Yeah, so it's pretty big. It's good for the club, I suppose, as far as getting some good exposure. But it's definitely a massive game, and I know the boys are working very hard to make sure that they stay up. It should be a good hit out. Hopefully, we have a good game, and we'll be celebrating with them on Monday. They stayed up, and we hopefully get one up over Rob finally. But we'll wait and see.
So potentially massive weekend for the Dogs. Good stuff. Best of luck, Archie.
Cheers.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. Getting people to come on the show on their nights off from football, I really do appreciate it. So thank you. Rob Askew, thank you for your time.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
And Graham Harvey, thank you. We'll see you back in the country.
Whenever quarantine
sometime soon. But you said you went to the Premier League on the weekend.
Yeah, I did Brentford Chelsea at the weekend, which was a good game. 2 halves definitely.
Yeah.
I went to watch England during the week, but that wasn't a very good game.
Right. So tell us about the experience.
Yeah, well, England
Fans in the stand again.
Yeah, there was 70,000 in England. Yeah, like I said to you earlier, COVID's not really sort of part of the way of life here, really. Everyone just got on with it. So, yeah, England did their best to pass the ball sideways for 90 minutes. Wasn't the most exciting, but yeah, Brentford, Chelsea was a good game. Chelsea were really good first half, very professional and quieting down the crowd. But then second half, Brentford got a roll on and probably should have scored, but the Chelsea keeper Mendy was decent. But yeah, it was a good game. Certainly, it's a good little. I've not been to their new stadium. Like, it's the first time I've been there. So yeah, it's quite a good little. I think in Australia they'd call it a boutique stadium. So yeah, it's all right.
And your spot in the crowd, Graham? Were you in the executive suite or just out with the punters?
No, yeah, well, no, I kind of was in the executive area.
Hey, there we go.
It was in with Roman.
Nah, not with Brentford. Nah, I've got a good mate of mine works at Brentford, so he looks after me.
Blagged his way in. Beautiful.
He's done all right. He got me on the golf course last week as well. They get a deal with a golf course as well. So yeah, he's looked after me so far.
Any talent that you want to try and poach from Chelsea, mate? Anybody good enough, you think?
Oh, look, jokes aside, like just chatting with what they do at Brentford, the level of detail that they go into with their analysis department, with signing players and with analysing games, opposition, it would blow your mind. Like, he was telling me they know opposition goalkeepers at what point in their strikers run up, at what point each goalkeeper will dive at which step. So wow. It's insane. So that's why if you watch Ivan Toney when he's taking penalties, he's watching the keeper because he's got some ideas in his head. So it's just phenomenal. Like, the level of detail that they go into is just incredible. But no, I won't be signing any Chelsea players.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the little bit of nugget. That's the nugget for you this week. That's why you've stuck around for however long this show is. Well done. Thank you for that, Graham. Yeah. All right. Thank you to all our guests. We've got one more show next week. Or is it 2? I'm not too sure. Actually, it's semi-final, so we'll probably have 2 more shows. 2 to go. All right. So good luck to the teams this weekend in the NPLW Grand Finals. Get out to the games. Go check it out. Enjoy your football. We're getting into the pointy end now. We'll see you next week.